Well, hey, hi, hello, and how are ya? I'm running a little bit late to work, but I've received several messages through Instagram, emails, DMs, that type of thing, asking how I was. And I've just said, I'm fine, but I kind of feel like I don't know what to say and I don't want to bore you guys. And everybody's replied back with, just let us, cook dinner with us or something, which I don't do a whole lot of cooking other than HelloFresh, or Adam and I sometimes cook together. I don't get home till 6:30 from work on most days, so that makes things a little more difficult. By then I'm tired. But I thought I'd go ahead and pick up the camera this morning. I am going to make my smoothie with you, and then we'll talk on the way to work about what's been going on. And for those of you that are possibly new, hi, I'm Heather. Or hey, I'm Heather, I guess since that's the name of my channel. And so I have actually seen quite a few people subscribe recently. I did lose, I've been gone a couple of months, so I did lose, several people left, and that's fine. It is what it is. But yeah, so let me get situated with my smoothie and I'm getting ready to get out the door. So in the past, people have asked me to do an outfit of the day, so I thought I'd just show you what I'm wearing. This is just a little tied kimono from Stitch Fix, a white tank top from Old Navy, Good American distressed jeans, and then this is about as high as I can go at work. I have cement floors. These are Steve Madden wedges that I've had for, 6-8 years. So comfortable, easy, it's my outfit to work. Okay, so I'm gonna make my smoothie real quick. I use a Vitamix. I have a little single cup. I am struggling right now because I bought these whole strawberries not knowing they were whole, and they're having a hard time breaking down in this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put one strawberry in. Normally I would do 3 or 4, but I struggle with it. Some blueberries, so put a couple of those in my cup for the antioxidants, and give one to Dexter. Who's a good boy. Dexter loves frozen fruit. Loves frozen fruit. Then, let's see, what have I done? Let me add a little water. I'm gonna put about that much water real quick. And then I'll probably put a little bit on top. You know what? Let me turn on these lights real quick. Is that a little better? All right, and then in here I have my Kachava vanilla. Years ago I used to use this protein called Perfect Blocks, and I loved it. Well, they discontinued it. What I liked about it, and my son-in-law and I would buy cases of it together, and then we would share it. I liked it because it wasn't overly sweet. It was more oaty. It was more cereal-less. Like cereal. There we go. And I have gone through a million different brands since then. I start every morning with a smoothie, and Kachava vanilla is the closest to it. It's kind of got an oaty, yummy flavor. Normally the serving size is 2 large scoops, but I'm gonna do 1.5 because not everything fits in my cup. Dexter, I just let you in, buddy. I just let you in. And I have that on subscription. I think it's every 2 months they send me a big bag. I put it in this container because I have found that putting the bag zips on the side, and it's reclosable, but it zips on the side. So when I go in with my scoop, I undoubtedly hit the edge every single time and end up with all over my countertop, and that's wasteful because it's not inexpensive. And then this is just now psyllium husk, a little extra fiber. Then I do a half of a banana, and then I freeze the other half because we buy bananas in giant. We go to Costco and we buy 2 organic things that are just giant, and we let them ripen and use them for a while. But then I take this little freezer bag because they go bad. It's like they're not ripe, not ripe, not ripe, not ripe, and then they're too late. So this extends the lives of my banana. So every other half I put in here until those are gone. And then we use these up before we go buy more. I've also been growing my own broccoli sprouts. I've been doing that for months now. I harvest them. Let me show you. This is what's in my freezer. They're fantastic for you, and freezing them makes them last a little bit longer. They freeze for about 11 to 12 days, and I make them about every 2 weeks. So this is what's left in this little bag. Here's what they look like. I'm just gonna dump the rest of that in there. Yeah. And then tomorrow we'll start on one of these other 2 bags. And am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. So for now, I'm going to put a little more water on top of that. So give me just a second to put all this stuff away. Okay, so I thought I was filming, and I'm not. I'm clearly rusty at this. So I have my smoothie, and normally by now I'd be in the car headed to work, but Adam just called and let me know that the truck that we thought we were getting today is not coming, which normally Thursday is truck day, and that's why we try to get there a little bit early, but he's called and sent an email saying what's going on, whatever. So I'm not in any hurry. I am gonna go in. I'm just not in any hurry this morning. So got my smoothie ready. This is what I was talking about when I realized I wasn't filming. These are Persona vitamins. I don't know if you can see that. So I have an entire cabinet filled with vitamins, and randomly I take one of these and one of these and one of these and one of these on top of my asthma medications and whatever. But not been feeling great lately, and we'll get into all of that a little bit, and on the drive, I guess. But I needed something more personalized to me rather than me just randomly grabbing this and grabbing that and trying to figure it out on my own. I just Googled individualized or personalized vitamin service. So landed on Persona. Their reviews seem good. I went through an entire quiz, which was actually more in depth than I anticipated. But just asking questions about how I eat, how I move, my stress levels, my sleep patterns, my, everything, and how I'm feeling, medical conditions, that type of thing. And they put it all in a little thing, and I guess the algorithm or whatever, there's doctors behind this, they pop out your solution, and then you get an morning packet and an evening packet. And today is day 3 for me. So my first one is there's 3 in this one, and there's 6 in my nighttime one. 1 women's foundational, 1 spirulina, and 1 peppermint plus. So I'm gonna take those real quick. This one looks like a tablet. There, you're not there. A tablet inside of a gel, and floating in a gel inside of another tablet. Now I told them I've been gluten-free since the beginning of May, so I'm in my 5th month of being gluten-free. I have found it to be quite easy to be gluten-free, and the reason I did it, excuse me, is because my arthritis, especially in my knee, was a problem. I mean, I'm always going to be bone on bone unless I have that replaced, and I don't plan to have it replaced. So I started looking at how to reduce inflammation, and I know there's lots of different ways, but the one way that I thought I would start with and see how I did was going gluten-free. And other than a tiny bite of cake on Emily's birthday in June, and then Adam, he and I had a date day, and he had me take 1 bite of his tres leches because he was like, oh my God. Other than those 2 things, I've been completely gluten-free for 4.5 months. And I'm going to tell you right now, no, I have not lost any weight. This is not about losing weight. I mean, obviously that's in the back of my mind too, because my clothes are tight and whatever. This is about inflammation in general to see if this worked. And I started with just gluten, and I have found I wasn't being like, Heather, you can't have bread. I was looking for alternatives too. If I want this, how can I have it without gluten? And it's too damned easy. I mean, it's not cheap, but donuts and pancakes, and I mean, we went to a sub shop the other day, and they had gluten-free sub roll. I won't say it tastes like regular submarine bread, but I got a sandwich, and normally I do everything bunless. Like if you go to Burger King, you can get a deconstructed Whopper. So, and that's how I've been doing it. I have some breads. And I was baking gluten-free bread for a while, but I was the only one eating it, and I'm not going to eat an entire loaf of bread. And when you're making bread at home, it does not last very long. And I know everybody says put it in the freezer. If you've ever taken bread, put it in the freezer, and thawed it out to eat it, it is not like it was before you froze it. So, all right, let me take these. Quit talking. Okay. You can hear I don't sound like me. I know. Hold on, I'm going to throw this away. All right. Oh, new fridge. Yeah, this has been an expensive year for appliances. In late spring, before it got ridiculously hot, thankfully, our main level, which is the largest level of our house, our AC, completely died. It started making, since I'm not in a hurry, let me just go sit down here and chat. The dogs are on the back porch, basking in the sun, so I'm gonna let them do that for a few minutes. Okay, so, late spring, our AC unit died. It had been making like a rattling noise, and my son's an HVAC. He came in and replaced, I want to call it a cage, but I don't know that that's actually what it's called. I can't remember. I replaced a part, and that was I think last year he did that, and then it started making noise again, and I don't know exactly what happened, but it got really loud. What was funny was I remember coming home from work and walking in the door and getting the dogs situated to take them outside to go potty, and I thought I was hearing a helicopter hover over my head, over the house. So got them ready, we went outside, and I looked up and there's no helicopter. I'm like, that's odd. Came back in and the sound was still there, and I called Adam going, I think we have a problem. And we did. So it lasted like that. We were still getting cold air, and it was like in the 80s outside at that time. We were still getting cold air, but it was not quiet. It sounded like a helicopter hovering over my house. That's how loud it was. So we had my son come over, he took a look at it, and he says, guys, it's kaput. Now my house is not quite 9 years old. December of this year, we will have moved in 9 years ago. We had the house built. So this house is, I guess now right around 9 years. We didn't even move in at this point. Anywho, so thankfully, again, like I said, my son is an HVAC, and we got his pricing, and he saved us thousands of dollars, but he replaced the main level unit with a Mac Daddy train, top of the line, whatever, all of the stuff, and then my husband and my son-in-law helped him up in the attic. We're like his apprentices or whatever. So all that got fixed before it got extra hot and extra humid, and it's been purring like a kitten since, thankfully. I don't remember where I left off last year, or when I stopped. I don't remember if my last time I filmed, I guess I could look back, but I didn't. My son is getting a divorce, so he is the father of my granddaughter. My granddaughter is living with my son, and so come summertime, everybody was kind of scrambling. Oh, you know what? I guess I'll go in order, okay? Scrambling for the summertime, didn't have a lot of time to prepare for summer camps and whatever. And for her birthday, we did buy her a week of summer camp. But because of the divorce and because her mother is working now, I kept Sophia from Sunday afternoon to Wednesday evening all the way through the summer. And that was kind of primarily the reason why I quit picking up the camera, because she's not allowed to be on YouTube. I just recently have been allowed to start posting her on Instagram stories because they only last like 24 hours. So a few of you have been able to see my granddaughter, but she's still not allowed. I think 11, when she turns 11, I don't know why that matters, but anyway, it's the rules. I follow the rules, but she can't be on YouTube. As most of you know, my husband and I started a business a couple of years ago. We went storefront this year, and we've been growing the business. It's going very well. We're growing faster than we anticipated, and so yeah. Anyway, so I was keeping her, and I was taking some days off during the week, and then I was bringing her to work with me one day a week. And at that point, Emily, who also works with me, would take Sophia that afternoon so that I could work Thursday and Friday, and then she would keep Sophia until Friday night or Saturday, and then she'd go back to one of the parents' house or whatever. So that's what we did during the summertime. So ultimately, can't film with my granddaughter here, and she was coming on Sunday afternoon to evening, and just playing with her and spending time with her and working was very difficult to, carve out pieces of time where I had energy, because I don't know about y'all, but my kids are grown, and when you've got a 10-year-old, for that many days in a row, when they go home, you're like, oh, I mean, she's fantastic. She is the sweetest girl. Her name is Sophia. She is, you don't have to clean up after her. She's just a great, great girl. So it wasn't like she was difficult. It's just, let's go do this, let's go do this, let's go do this. And on top of that, building a business, I was absolutely wiped out. So that was all the way through till last month. She went back after the first week of August. So she's been back to school now for about a month. During the summertime, we played, we had fun, we had a good time, spent some time, we had a lot of rain, so not a whole lot of pool days. So we were trying to fit in those pool days when we could. And then on the weekends, I would see my son and he'd come over, or, Emily or whatever, we would make our time for family time. A few months ago, Adam and I started taking Tuesdays off from work together. So that is our one day that he and I can have, that's just the two of us. We call that date day. And, we sleep in a little bit, we have our coffee, and then we do whatever it is we want to do, whether it's go have dinner. One day we did a bunch of projects around the house, that type of thing. Thankfully, yard work and stuff, we have a guy who comes and cuts and edges and blows and all of that once a week. So for us, it was minimal. A few years ago, we took out all of the bushes and stuff around the house that needed maintenance. So everything that's growing now is just what we want to grow. And if I want to plant flowers or, vegetable garden or whatever, that requires my attention, but there's a whole lot less maintenance that we have to do. So, palm trees, we have palm trees around the pool. That's easy, and the front yard, last year we replaced everything in the front yard, that was maintenance required. So other than the grass, we don't have to do that. So it's a lot less work, and we can actually play on our day off. And so that's what we've been trying to do. Middle of summer, my refrigerator, my old refrigerator, we had that refrigerator for 8 years. It had been replaced 8 times in 8 years. Not replaced, repaired 8 times in 8 years. And each time it was a big to-do. Thankfully, we had it under warranty. And this year, it started doing it again. And we looked at each other going, nope, we're done. So the refrigerator spot had literally stopped cooling this time. The freezer on the bottom was keeping it cool enough in there that things weren't spoiling, but it wasn't like cold milk, that type of thing. So new refrigerator came. We actually bought a different one, put it in that spot, and that's at an angle there. And when they put it in, my silverware drawer wouldn't open. So I had to send it back. We had to buy a new one and have it scheduled for the new one to come in. And at the same time, we ended up with a new washer and dryer because the washing machine, the dryer was fine, but the washing machine was a little finicky and sometimes would not turn on when I needed it to turn on. And sometimes, all the time, the little dial that you go to like towels or cold or whatever, you'd have to spin it around about 45, 50 times to get it to move 2 degrees. And we just decided to buy everything at one time. So my laundry room got a complete makeover, hauled everything out. I could not believe the amount of stuff that I had in like the smallest room of my house. I was like, oh my God, am I a hoarder? So I got rid of like 50% of what was in there, and my granddaughter was here that day, and when I pulled everything out, she comes out, she goes, Grandma, what are you doing? So it's now fully functional, fully organized, a whole lot less stuff in there, and I know exactly what I have. So that was nice to get everything all clean and everything. Then Sophia went back to school a month ago, and of course we went back to work full force, getting back to my normal routine. And then Adam and I both got the thing that's going around the world right now. And he got it a couple of days before I did. And he had like every symptom. I got something in my eye. It's on my contact. Wonderful. Wonderful. My smoothie's sitting here getting warm. He got sick first. He still is coughing. I guess they call that the long whatever. And for me, because I'm an asthmatic and I have chronic bronchitis, I get nervous when I get things like that because inevitably it's going to end up in my lungs in some way, shape, or form. I started off actually before he got sick. My ear canal started itching something fierce, and I thought it was allergies. I was kind of up in my allergy medications because I take an antihistamine every single day. And we're talking, it's been almost a month ago this started happening. My ear started itching and started getting a little bit of pain here. He got sick, and then a couple days later, we both ended up with wicked sore throats. I mean, like I could barely talk. We both ended up with that thing, and he lost his sense of taste and smell. I did for a short period of time. Everything tasted exactly the same, and the morning I took my look at me, I'm talking all over the place because I haven't talked in so long. I like a peppermint mocha latte for breakfast. That's what we have every single morning. And I took a sip, and I realized I couldn't smell the coffee, and I couldn't taste it at all. Okay. And I actually started to cry. I was like, no, not me too. Mine only lasted a few days. It was like, I couldn't taste or smell for a few days. Then it was like odd. Like I would bite into something and it wouldn't, I could taste it, but almost like we had an apple one night and you expect the apple to be sweet and cool and everything. And it kind of tasted like a potato. So for him, there are some things he can taste, mainly sweet stuff, but I thought like an apple, if you can taste sweet, you could taste this, I don't know what happened. Maybe it was a bad apple. Anyway, so we went through all of that, fever. Adam had the chills and body aches. I had a little bit of achy skin. The worst part for me was I had zero energy. Just trying to do my hair. I mean, I stayed home for multiple days. I was home, we quarantined, we did the whole thing we were supposed to do. But just trying to get dressed, I'd put my arms up, do what I need to do, and then I'd have to rest. I'm still not 100%. And that's where I guess we are at now. I've been talking for 16 minutes since I pushed it record this time. I have a sore throat again, but I don't think it's not the same as before. So during that time, after I got well, I had a virtual conversation with my doctor, and he said that it sounds like I have an ear infection and a sinus infection. So he gave me an antibiotic, 10 days, I can't remember, amoxicillin. And amoxicillin usually doesn't do the trick for me, but I was also on prednisone, which I absolutely despise prednisone. No matter what I do, I can literally starve myself and still gain 10 pounds on prednisone. And it's time I gained like 5 pounds, but I was on 9 days of prednisone, and I hate the stuff. And I ended that about 5 days ago. I still don't have all my energy back. I am tired. I am weak. When I'm driving my car, I'm constantly yawning, going, Heather, stay awake, Heather, stay awake. But 2 nights ago, I started getting a little bit of a sore throat again, but I think it's drainage now. I don't feel the other stuff, but this morning I woke up and my ears are doing the same thing again. So I think I have an ear infection. So I'm going to call this afternoon and do another video conference with my doctor and see what he says to do. So yeah, I think that catches everybody up to what I've been doing since the last time I picked up my camera. And I think I was sitting here. I think I did when Nordstrom sent that thank you box. I think that's the last time I filmed. Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've had, obviously some pool days. I don't think I've really missed anything crazy. I mean, if I do, I guess I'll tell you. We haven't gone anywhere. We work all the time, so there's not been any vacations. The dogs are doing great. They've spent half the time in this. Every day that it's been sunshiny and I've been able to, they've been in the pool. They love that, of course. So they're doing wonderful. Dexter's a giant goober. Jax is my little lover bear, and Indigo is my Mrs. Personality. So my vegetable garden was horrific this year. I think we might have gotten 15 tomatoes in total. Variety of sizes. I do have a tomato plant on my back porch. Our sprinkler system sprung a leak also this summer, and several $100s later they were able to fix a leak but not a zone, and the guy wanted like double the amount to search for more. When you hire a irrigation company to come out for your sprinkler system, you can tell them what was happening, but you would think they automatically would know that they're going to have to investigate, that they're going to have to find the problem, right? Because it's underground. And so where the leak was, Adam had been able to find that one. And so the guy went in and repaired the leak. But then the other part of it, the guy was going to have to investigate and find it. He said, well, that's going to be like another $500. And I was like, you know what, dude, just go. I mean, apparently the guy had like zero personality anyway. So then my vegetable garden gets watered by our irrigation system. We tapped that in, I don't know, it was 6 years ago when we built the garden. But we've had so much rain. It's not been a lack of rain. I think the biggest issue down there has been so wet, and then followed by extreme heat, going back to so wet. So I'm getting a lot of splits and stuff. This year I did put a net over the top of my garden, because last year I found squirrels jumping into my garden, grabbing tomatoes, and then they would sit on top of my garden, because I have a enclosed, you can walk into a garden, sitting on top of my garden edge, just chewing on a tomato. I'm like, seriously? So this year they can't do that, but this year it's just been a ridiculous amount of rain. And then you've got other states that are in terrible drought situations and massive fires and stuff. I mean, I don't even want to turn on the news. I don't even want to turn on the news. And we do watch the news first thing in the morning. When we first get up, we have our coffee, and then we do watch a little bit like at dinner time, or at least world news with, I forget who it is, Bill Maher? I can't remember who it is now. I have not been doing subscription boxes. That's not a total truth. I think, received 2 Stitch Fix boxes that I had intended to film, and then ended up, putting an extension on it, and not finding the time, looking in the box and not being really excited about what came anyway. So I just sent both of those back. So I'm off on my Stitch Fix count. I haven't gotten any other clothing subscription boxes this summer, just because I really haven't had time. I really haven't needed anything. Plus I'm up a few pounds and just not feeling super confident in myself. I need to go through my closet and get rid of a bunch of stuff. I keep thinking about the fact that I want to take all of my jeans, count them, and see how ridiculous that is. Because I actually know that up in my Poshmark closet that aren't even listed on my Poshmark, I have a bunch of jeans up there too. So that I won't even think about, because I did purge those a while ago, and I don't want to be like, oh, those are cute, let me put those back in, But I'd like to take them all out of my closet and try to get like 50% of them gone. I don't know that they'd be put on Poshmark, because that is so time consuming just to list one thing. I've been trying to like clear out what's in there right now that's on my closet, and then possibly think about doing a day where I just get 10 or 15 up a day, once a week or something. I don't know. Or I just call neighbors and say, come get what you want. I don't know. But I've thought about doing that. It just seems like a lot of energy being expelled, and I just don't have that at the moment. And there's a lot of time involved in that too. I mean, have you been in a dressing room and tried on 25 pairs of jeans? And I know I have more than 25. So, anywho, I've been talking your head off. I've been talking now for 22 minutes and 25 seconds. And honestly, I kept thinking, what will I film? It's been so long. Do they even want to hear from me now? I have not had my hair done in months. There are grays up here. The last time I had a appointment, my son had surgery and I was his caretaker, so I had to take that off. And then I tried to reschedule it and then ended up with the other thing that makes me sick. So I'm going to be what it is. I mean, I almost feel like, should I just have her put gray highlights in the next time I go in and just kind of embrace it and be done with it? Anything else? Emily's doing great. She's she works with me, so it's kind of like we have the same thing going on. She posts more on Instagram than I do. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know if I showed you guys this. Hold on. The one big purchase that I bought, I guess over the summer, it's like stuffed full. So let me see. I did purchase a new purse, a new bag. This is the Givenchy small Antigonia Small Sport, I think is what it's called. I absolutely love it. Believe it or not, for as small as it is, here's my hand. For as small as it is, and you know, a lot of people say cost per wear type situation. I bought this several months ago and I've been using it ever since. I haven't swapped out even one single time, and that kind of blows my mind. I love the wedding strap. I did get a little charm, a little H charm off of Amazon to go with it. I did make a modification to it. This is not part of what comes with the bag, this little ring here. Givenchy has these little rings, this little D ring and a little D ring here. And I don't know if you can see right here, this little slit. The bottom one has one as well. And you feed them together like this and then they're fine. Problem is that there is a small chance of those two little slits meeting each other again. And when they do, the strap comes loose. It did happen to me a couple of times. Thankfully, we didn't hit any, you know, like parking lots or whatever, and I'm pretty good about when I grab it out of the car, I'm here. But I decided I would rather add a little ring to my bag, and this is just a little, you just push in. I don't know if you can see that. Push, where'd it go? Oh, it went up there. You push in on it and it just slides through, and it's the exact same color gold. I got them off of Amazon. I'd rather that than have the edges of my bag get marred up and with it hitting the floor. It's stuffed full right now. I probably need to do a little bit of a clean out. I do have, this is so full, I can't even close it right now, but have you guys tried these little candies? These are an amaretto candy that I got. They're like just maybe double the size of a Tic Tac, but they taste like amaretto, and amaretto is one of my favorite flavors in the whole wide world. And then I just have lip glosses and a little, I bought this perfume rollerball. It's Victoria's Secret Bear. It actually smells really good just to have on, because I'm with animals all day long and I'm in and out of the store and I get sweaty during the summertime. Just a little boost. It's very clean, very fresh. It goes with any perfume that I currently, you know, had to put on in the morning. It's not super long lasting, but I do actually like it. But I decided to try it in the rollerball, so I did, and I got Emily one as well. My earbuds, the pods, I don't know, the horizontal one. I don't know what they are called. My little card holder, a little thing that's got medicines in it. I do have a Built bar and a Kind bar in here, and these are both gluten-free. I have a pack of 5 gum. My little key fob, but I don't use it for my key fob. Well, I do, but it's for work stuff. My actual key to my car, I have a Tesla, is right here. It turns on with my phone, but this is like if I need to give it to a valet or whatever, that's my key there. A Bath & Body Works coupon, a receipt from Publix, a packet of vitamins that I had in here from yesterday, a gum wrapper, a Luden's cough drop, which I'll put in there, Advil, my inhaler with 155 puffs left on it, and then in the corner here are my business cards, a contact for a new restaurant that's opening up. It's brand new, and we know the owner and the person facilitating the build and everything. They've been building for a while, and our 11-year anniversary is on September 17th, and we have we were able to book our reservation before the store was even done being built. So that's her personal contact information. A receipt from the United States Postal Service from shipping back something to Nordstrom. I mean, I have done some shopping. I did buy a few things from the Nordstrom anniversary sale. But anyway, that is it for this bag. I love it. I mean, it has a little Givenchy symbol here, and it says Givenchy there, and then the tone on the strap, which I really, really like because it's not like in your face. I bought this from, I think Nordstrom. I think that's where I got it from. So I'm not gonna clean up my little makeup bag right now because I probably do need to start going to work. Oh, I have feminine products, and here's more receipts. Oh, it's from lunch the other day. But yeah, and I mean, shopping, food-wise, going out to eat, I thought was gonna be really difficult, and kind of find out it's really not been that bad. I mean, just do everything without bread. I mean, certain seasonings you have to be careful with too. So I'm learning that type of thing, but it's not like I'm doing it because I have a allergy to gluten. I'm doing it because I want to restrict that, because your body looks at gluten as an inflammatory attacker, and your body goes and attacks it because it's foreign. It's not supposed to be there. And when you get rid of all these things that cause inflammation, you would not believe how much better you start feeling physically. I'm not talking about it with all of this going on right now, because that's a whole different ballgame. But for my inflammation from my knee, I have a problem with my knee. I have an issue which I've always had. I mean, for 20 years, when I wake up in the morning, my hands feel like. So my camera just said the maximum amount of time has been allotted, and it turned off. So my hands feel like they're filled with air, and it takes some time, 30 minutes or so, for my hands to function properly. I mean, I can use them, but I wouldn't want to hang for my life type of thing. You know what I mean? I would be in trouble if I tried to do that, but I've always had weak hands. So I was a gymnast, my bar routines suffered sometimes from it. I can remember that, from being a kid. So it's not a new thing for me. Anyway, I'm going to go let my dogs out front for a little bit, and then I'm going to head to work. And yeah, let me try to throw everything back in here. So just, this is funny. I know that these are just regular little hot pads for grabbing pans and whatever, but they look like baby sharks. And when you play with your dogs with them, they go nutso. But I bought these for work. We bought a toaster oven for the kitchen because reheating gluten-free pizza is not good. It's not good. Now, we have a store next to us that makes really good their pizza crust. They have a gluten-free one. It is absolutely fantastic. Is it low calorie? It is not. But you can only get it in one size. And I eat half of it and then want to eat the other half because I have a big fridge there, leave it in the fridge and reheat it. And the next time I eat it, it tastes like rubber when you pull it out of the microwave. So I'm going to take these to work because we just bought a little toaster oven, so we can reheat things that are a little crispier. So, all right, guys, I think that's going to do it because this was a long morning vlog. I stayed here longer than I anticipated. Let me try a sip of my warm smoothie now. Still tastes good. But yeah, I guess what my goal is going to be right now, I don't have boxes coming in because I don't need anything. I need to downsize my wardrobe because there's a lot of stuff in there that I'm not wearing. I can't remember the last time I wore a dress. I think it was to one of the kids' birthdays. I'm either, when I'm home, like on Sundays is my day take Sundays off because that's the day I get all the laundry done, I get the house clean, the bathrooms done, that type of thing. I usually don't even put on makeup, and if I do, it's because Adam and I are going to meet for dinner or something. And then Tuesday, it's whatever Adam and I want to do. And 2 Tuesdays, those have been of us being homesick, and then other, that type of thing. So the rest of the week, we're working. And we've had a lot of big things, activities outside of work. Well, they're about work, but to promote work that we've had to be planning and whatever as well. So I think what I'm going to try to do is pick up the camera every day, at least to say hi, check in. Maybe you talk to you while I do my makeup, whatever. And then maybe, because the filming part of it is not, you can take your camera with you and do whatever. It's trying to piecemeal together all of the little clippets that you've made into something that makes sense, and editing that into your software, uploading it onto YouTube. I don't think I'll take the time to put any links in the description box because the links are even more time consuming, having to go to each website, each item, copy, paste, whatever. So if I can do this in a way where I just check in and kind of vlog throughout the week and then maybe do my uploads on Sundays is what I'm thinking, or at least do my editing on Sundays. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. So if you're into that, let me know. If you have any suggestions of things that you'd like me to film, knowing that I am a business owner, and when I come home, I get home 6:30-ish. Sometimes I leave early. Sometimes Adam leaves early. Let's be real. Usually it's me that leaves early. But when I get home, I let my dogs play outside. Their meals is not just pouring food in a bowl. I make them a meal. Sometimes I cook a HelloFresh. I've got 2 HelloFreshes in there right now. That has been a lifesaver for us, because going to the grocery store even has been a difficult task. My route to work, here I go again, I'm just talking all over the place. My route to work, I don't pass any like retail, no grocery stores, no nothing. It is all back roads. It's all country roads. So in order to go grocery shopping, I have to deliberately be going there. I'm not going to just stop by the grocery store on my way home type situation. So I have to plan it. And I do have a few things on my list that I need to get. We will plan a Costco haul, which we've done. We just went there the other day to buy actually bought a TV for the store, and we bought the toaster oven for the store and bananas and things like that. And that's why we buy so many bananas at once, and frozen fruit and things like that. So, but when you're trying to do a recipe, I don't have a cup of whatever in my refrigerator. It's not like going 5 minutes down the street to the grocery store. I do have one that takes about 10 minutes to go to, but they don't have everything. It's a small little grocery store. The closest Publix is 20 minutes away, one direction. So and it's not on my way to work or home from work. So I don't do a lot of cooking, but the HelloFresh has been very much a lifesaver, because everything I need is delivered to my house. So at least 2 nights a week, we have a full meal. Some nights a week, we have a bowl of cereal. So that's just, or sometimes Adam runs and he goes in the opposite direction and hits, like we just recently got a Burger King about 10 minutes away, and they can do a deconstructed Whopper there. So you've got your meat and your onions and your lettuce, and he does a deconstructed Whopper, extra veggies, and that will be my dinner. So probably not the healthiest meat, but when it's 7 o'clock at night, and we've been calling into bed 9:30. So, just absolutely wiped. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys had a very happy summer. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling well. And my vacuum cleaner is about to start. Can you hear her? That's Roxanne. She's already done the living room and the kitchen and stuff. Now she's going into my bedroom, doing my bedroom, bathroom, and closet. At least she's not emptying for you. She did that while I was blending up my smoothie. So, but yeah, I'm gonna sign off for now, because this has gotten long enough. And I think I've updated everything I can update for now. This video today is Thursday, September 8th. So I'm hoping to have this. I can't obviously edit it right now. I'm going to leave my camera home, since I've talked to you all the way. I'm going into work late. So I'll edit it maybe this evening. I don't know. I'm going to try to start uploading a weekly vlog on Sundays. And if you can't watch it on Sunday, that's okay. We'll just see how things go. So, and if I have nothing to say, I don't know. I mean, even when my friends call, like, what you been up to? I'm like, work. I've been working. What do you talk about? We haven't gone on vacations. We haven't done anything spectacular. We spent time with family, and we work. So anyway, this is just my update for now. I'm going to try to get back on a better, maybe once a week vlog type thing. And then if I happen to maybe hauls here and there, because I have purchased quite a few things, but I can't just leave them in boxes to unbox, since I have no idea when I can film. They come here, I put all the stuff away, I use it, and then I forget what stuff is new. So, all right, I'm gonna throw my trash away. You guys have a very happy day, and I will hopefully see you soon. Bye, guys.